quickly cycle through the modules in how to prompt ChatGPT post GP5. It's a more extended module, but anyways, it's easier, faster to go through the summary and get an idea of how prompting has changed post ChatGPT GPT-5 launch. The course goal is to equip the learners with a practical hands-on system for crafting prompts that consistently produce high-quality, actionable outputs from ChatGPT. Every lesson here ends with exercises, so learners immediately apply what to learn. So let's go into module 1. The new prompting paradigm. Show how prompting has evolved and why old ChatGPT era patterns don't work as well with GPT-5 class models. So here you learn clear instructions, outperform long role plays. Context beats verbosity. Models optimize for clarity and not theatrics, whereas explicit constraints produce predictable structure. So there's an example and there's exercise. Then it is structuring prompts with intent. Teach learners how to design prompts using the simple flow formula, goal, then inputs, then constraints, finally the output format, the four-step process. And how to eliminate ambiguity, how to protect against hallucinations via constraints, how to make the model generate exactly the shape of output that you want. So blueprint formula is state the goal, provide all inputs, add constraints such as tone, audience, exclusions or limits, and specify final output shape. So the example and the exercise, if you want to go through. In module 3, it's giving models the right amount of context. How to do that? Help students understand how much context is optimal and how to avoid the context overload. So context stacking, there's one important concept. Giving the model the minimum but essential background. Avoiding story-like preambles using compressed summaries instead of long text dumps. The technique, use a context capsule. This is an important technique. 2 to 5 lines summarizing what the model must know before answering or responding. The example and the exercise. In fourth ways, it iterative prompting and refinement to turn ChatGPT into a collaborator instead of a one-shot generator. What you learn is how to audit outputs for missing constraints, how to chain improvements with short feedback prompts, and how to run rapid iteration cycles. An example, improve version 2 using the same tone but making it more concise. Remove general statements and strengthen the opening line. So you can do that and take exercise from here. The fifth idea is prompt patterns that will always work. Give learners reusable templates that solve 80% of real world use cases. So things that don't change a lot. The patterns covered here is role plus goal plus constraints, Socratic deepening of any idea, compare and select, and it is generate, critique, improve, chunking, long tasks, and reverse engineering expert outputs. Create 3 alternative versions, critique each version, produce final recommended version. Exercise. Then it is guardrails to reduce hallucinations, which was a big problem with GPT-3 and GPT-4. It has significantly reduced in GPT-5. Teach how to force accuracy, specificity, and honesty. What you learn is use of if unknown, say unknown. So be explicit about what is unknown. Demanding sources or reasoning, narrowing the model scope, and using step validation prompts. Example, answer using only using the information inside the text. If not found, respond with not available. Now summarize the key findings. One of your factual prompts exercise. Getting consistency with output formatting. Help learners produce repeatable formats like tables, lists, slide outlines, frameworks, and content structures. So you should learn precision requesting, template-based outputs, and avoiding extraneous commentary. Present the output in a 4-column table with header, step, goal, action, example. So very specific how you want your output to be formatted. Template for weekly workflow. That's good. Finally, tone, style, and persona control. Teach fine control over language style without confusing the model. So how to control your voice, how to get specific lexical features, and how to prevent the tone drift. So it starts with a certain tone, maybe a formal tone, and becomes casual in the end. That should not happen. Write this text in a matter-of-fact tone, removing emotion and metaphors, but keeping all factual points intact. Generate 3 tones for the same paragraph. Advanced techniques for power users. Here we look at introduce more sophisticated prompting for students who want deeper control. They want to go further. Compose their ideas like compositional prompting, mode switching, self-verification loops, hybrid prompting for long projects over longer time frames, using ChatGPT as a process engine instead of a text generator. Example, I want you to act as an internal process engine. Break this project into stages. For each stage, ask me one single clarifying question before producing the output. Run a three-stage chain clarifying questions using a personal or work project. Real world prompting scenarios give learners applied prompts across multiple domains. So there can be domains like business execution, career development, content creation, productivity, learning and research, decision making, creative exploration, technical work, entrepreneurship, and marketing. Convert the following research paper abstract into a LinkedIn ready summary for busy founders. Keep it below 100 words. Pick a domain you care about, build 5 easy to use prompts today. Finally, the project of the personal prompting playbook guidebook. Learners compile a customized guidebook of 25 to 50 prompts that they will actually use every week. Deliverables, you can have a set of reusable prompt templates, a context capsule library, a formatting instruction library, a personal refinement checklist. So that's how we end this lecture. And so you get some ideas of how prompting has evolved and how you can develop your own prompting styles to get better responses from the newer models. That will be all for this lecture. See you in the next one.